it's been 2 days and I've let the Datsun sat, and I am happy to report that the leak is gone. I was about to get under the car and I ran. This guy decided to show up. So let's see how much work I actually get done. I thought I had at least an hour, but he just woke up from his nap and it's only been 15 minutes. Let's see. Brad. Okay, I just got Ren to get in the house, so hopefully I can work a little bit in peace. You always gotta move fast, get out of the way of the oil. It's always inevitable that you're gonna get some oil on your hand. I thought I was gonna be able to get underneath, but it's pretty low. I'm gonna jack up the car. Hello, Red. No. Nope. Ooh, I dropped the filter, and luckily it's big enough that it didn't fall into the oil pan. Oh, it's so slippery. One thing I like about these older cars is that you have so much room to work with. The oil filter is right there. Not much to get in the way. Nothing to remove. Oil. Into the rubber seal properly and not bind. What you don't want to do is oil the thread, because it just makes it harder for you to tighten later by hand. I went with Wix because Wix generally make parts for older vehicle more than any of the other brands, such as Fram or K&N. Always. Oil filter is usually just hand tighten. Oh, red. So now we're gonna go in and remove the oil pan. Probably remove this oil pan before I drop a bolt in there too. Then I'll go fishing for it. It's a bad day today to wear a white t-shirt. The thing I'm not liking the look of the job is that as I'm removing these bolts and looking at the pan, I feel like I had to remove probably the steering. No, this is not the steering. What is this? It's not a sway bar, but this guy right here is in the way. I don't see how it's possible to remove the pan. I'm removing this guy. It shouldn't be too hard. Just knock those two, pop it up. Hopefully nothing changes, so I don't have to worry about any type of alignment. Let me assess the situation. So once this thing drops, this is in the way. It's not gonna go back. It's not gonna go forward. So this guy, definitely, this guy gotta go. What happened? Đồ đâu, lấy lại, đừng, đồ của daddy đâu. Thank you. We're gonna remove this bar. So it's just a castle nut and a ball joint. So yeah, Ren got bored. He went back in the house. Let's hope he stays in there so I don't have to keep watching him. But I have a feeling he'll be out again. Then I'm gonna have to start replacing some of the suspension components too. Everything down here looks pretty old. I'm gonna put the nut back on so I can hit the nut and not hurt the bolt's thread. And get a hammer. Whenever you need to hit a bolt, always put a nut so that you don't hit the thread. Is it easier just to remove this bracket? But if I remove this bracket, drop it low enough? Easier than having to pop this out right now because this thing is in it. This drop enough for this to come out. No, it's worth trying to remove this separately. Keep everything as is. I don't want to have to mess with any alignment or even the steering column alignment. It's gonna be easier to remove this guy since it's just bolts. We can handle bolts. I'm gonna say 16. It's not a 16, it's a 17. Yep. Yes. I don't want to jinx myself, but bolts removed very well, considering how old everything is. I need a longer socket. Drop them wheels, pressure off. Just take pressure off this whole entire thingy. Please be nice. Just let it come right off. We might be good. Alright, let's try it. Yeah. Not enough. Now I feel like I have to drop the Crossmember too. Oh, let's see. Gotta think for a sec. Okay, I'm just gonna remove this Crossmember. I need to make a note to myself. Today, I spent more time looking for sockets than I am working. It's not an 18, it's a 19. It's a 19. 19. Yo. Red, yo, where's mommy? Okay guys, I think I had to go in the house. Both the kids are up. I can't really leave them by themselves, but when we come back, we're gonna remove the cross member and hopefully the oil pan would just drop down. I thought it was just gonna be a quick fix, but it took some time. Ooh, my arms are tired. I was just thinking to myself, why didn't I just use the impact wrench? And you know what, I'm a little committed now. Might as well see it through. Give myself some arm workout, hoping that I can just take this side out with that side loose and this thing will just swing down. So I don't have to remove both sides, which I think will be good. Let's call it a day, come on. Nope. I'm taking a break from my arms while I do that. I'm gonna clean up the driveway a little bit and then reposition myself. Smarter this time. Decide to help speed it up. I got myself the adapter so that I can swap out the Makita ratchet to utilize the 1/2-inch socket, so I don't have to sit there and crank it the whole time. Perfect. And boom, we got the oil pan out. For all the future Datsun 521 owners, if you want to remove the oil pan, don't bother with this. I don't know, what is this? This is maybe the steering linkage. You really needed to do is drop the cross member and the pan will drop. I wasted my time going through all of this, but you know, it was a good learning experience. I was just too stubborn to go look it up. Oil pan's drop. That's our crank. I should probably put something down here so the oil don't drip. Let's move on to the oil pan, and we'll probably come back here and scrape out all of this as well to clean it up. So the pan this old, without knowing its condition, I decided to go with the paper gasket because it gives you a lot more leeway. So if the pan, if the surface itself is not nice and clean and smooth, the paper will compensate. So here we got the old gasket. As you can already see, it's ripped and torn. Oil is all over the place versus our brand new gasket. I don't even know why I'm trying to take care of this thing. This thing is trash. So what we're gonna do is get it nice and smooth. This is the RTV silicone instant gasket. I only have a small tube. I'm gonna use it around the end cap. So a bit of a Scotch-Brite pad. So scrub it a little bit. So the wife and the 2 boys are hungry. I'm gonna quickly get cleaned and prepped so the next time I come back I just install. Getting in this position without a crawler. Never owned a crawler for the last 20 plus years of working on cars. A friend of mine tells me, you know what, you like to suffer, so maybe this is it. I just like to suffer. Makes you feel alive. Pretty clean. Smooth enough. So while I'm moving around, look what happened. Broke off my flip-flops. I need some new flip-flops. Yeah. There. There. It's very easy to either force a dimple on the pan or strip a bolt. It's become a massive job afterwards. So I'm just starting all the screws by hand, and then I'm gonna go in with the ratchet and then just slowly tighten each one. About 4 to 5 foot-pound of torque. Doesn't need that much. The last thing I want to do is put too much pressure, put a dimple on it, or crack the gasket and have a new leak. Here's a rule of thumb. Whenever you go in to tighten anything, do it in crisscross patterns, the same way when you put on lug nut on wheels. You always want an even compression. So again, this oil pan does not need a lot of torque. I'm only gonna go in 4 to 5 foot-pound of torque. Now I don't have an actual torque wrench that can do that little, so I'm gonna do the hand method. So what I'm gonna do is after I finish with this, I'm gonna come back with a 1/4-inch ratchet, and that's what I'm gonna use to crank these bolts down. Using a 1/4-inch ratchet and a little understanding of my own strength, I'll be able to gauge a pretty good 5 foot-pound. A brawler right now would have been pretty useful. I literally just took 5 minutes to look for my 1/4-inch ratchet. I really need to organize my tool. So I'm gonna go across, that way, starting with this side to the back, and then front to forward, so I won't forget which one I haven't torqued. I'm going back to make sure I got every bolt. Let me replace the drain plug with a new crush washer. And that guy, I'm going to snug it down around 18 to 20 foot-pound of torque. For some reason, a lot of the manual books for a lot of cars tell you to go 30. I don't know, over the years, to me, 30 feels too much. This drain plug is, I think it was a 17. I was wrong. This guy is a 22. This is the crush washer that came on the drain plug. It feels like it's welded on this guy. They cranked this thing down. Wow, it's been really crushed in there. There's a bit of, looks like they used Teflon to seal it as well. Yep, they used Teflon. You shouldn't need Teflon for an older plug. So I bought a pack of 3. Used as my torque wrench. Let's see, 20, that's about 10. 15, 18, 20. That's 20. Moment of truth. Pour in the oil. Turn on the engine. So because this is an older car, I'm using Castrol GTX non-synthetic, high mileage 10W30. It calls for 4.5-ish oil. So I bought 5 for it. Next time I do an oil change, I always save these bottles so I can pour in the old oil. Let me go grab a funnel. Make my life easier. Can someone tell me, does shaking, do you really have to shake a bottle of oil? I've always been doing it almost as a habit, but I honestly don't know if you need to or not. I mean, it doesn't hurt, so that's why I'm doing it. I'm screaming inside with the kids. Looks like somebody did something bad. I'm gonna go with half first, let it run, check the dipstick. If we need more, we'll add more. You can always add more, but you can never remove. Yeah, I think we're good. Next up, we're gonna crank the engine, let the oil warm up a little bit. Probably we'll have to save the valve gasket on another day. It's almost dinner time, so I might not be able to film it today. Start it up now. And while it warms up, I'll work on buttoning the bottom up. Shoot, where's my keys? Not a battery. All right. Oof, the starter. It's getting tough. Like I said earlier, if you are taking out the oil pan for an L18, you can leave that bar here. What I just did was unnecessary. Just remove the cross member. You should be good. So far so good. It's only been 5 minutes, but so far so good. What's happening right now is when one side is in, the other side is not completely in. So I need to somehow force it. Get this, that piece doesn't necessarily move. Maybe I can get this guy to move over. What I was trying to do is use a screwdriver to force. I'm gonna see if I can put a jack right here and jack this up and see if it moves. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why, but something has to move. So my guess is maybe I can take the pressure off of this guy and it'll somehow inch that thing down. See my theory is correct. How did it? These 2 bars, this is the frame. These 2 bars needs to spread out for this guy to line in. This guy's pretty much perfectly in there. There's not much wiggle room. So how am I supposed to get these guys? Who knew that this would cause me problem? It was just a simple 2 bolts. Brute force. I can't be doing the same thing over and over and expect a different outcome. That is the literal definition of insanity. So let's think about this real quick. The physics is that this needs to come down just a tad bit. That or this needs to move over. This is not doing anything, so let's move this out of the way. I think, no, you know what? This just needs to go high. I feel like if I were to drop it down on the ground and let all the struts compress, I should be able to do it. So I'm gonna test that theory by jacking this sucker all the way up. I'm gonna try again. Why didn't I bring over a floor jack to make my life easier? Hopefully I'm not ruining the thread. Willing to sacrifice. I think it's going good, guys. I think we got it, guys. Now the question is, did I ruin the thread? Don't make this one of those minute job into a 5-day job. Okay, we got one through. Whew. Oh God, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was either lifting that up, just cranking down on the hammer. Moment of truth. Come on, bolts. Don't do this to me. Just get on there. Spin freely. Yes, I think we're good. Okay, okay. This side is good. Nice and buttery smooth over here. The question is, why is it so hard? Oh, okay. We are golden. We are golden. I'm gonna call it quits. So I'm gonna go in, have dinner, take the family out, grab some desserts. We'll be back. Next time we'll be back. Finish up all the remaining maintenance. See you guys next time.